we have Madeline Merlo on Pure Country. How are you, girl?
I'm doing so good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It has been, well, like 2 years since you released music, but
Yeah.
a lot has happened in the last 2 years of your life. Even though you haven't been releasing music, you have been very, very busy.
Yeah, it's been such a crazy season for sure. These last couple years, I feel like things have shifted and changed so drastically, but like in amazing ways. And I feel like like as a human person, have like grown so much. And yeah, it's been really fun.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of split up this new EP into sections of your life because I feel like even though there's only 4 songs, I feel like there are, highlights in it that kind of really show, like you just said, like the growth you've done in the last couple of years. So we're gonna start off with Youngish because we have to talk about you getting engaged and soon to be married. And I feel like that song, even though I have a little baby now, I still feel that it like gave me this like, okay, I don't have to feel like I'm old now that I'm married and I have a baby. I can still be youngish. How fun is that one? Because I feel like it gives you like the Shania 90s vibes.
Yes, it's so fun. I love the energy of it. I love the pace of it. It's so fast and fun, and it's without a doubt the favorite song of my bands to play this summer. It explodes on stage. It's really great. And you're so right. I think it's just that song is about being kind of in the middle, and I think that I'm like being more of an adult, but I'm still like don't feel like it at the same time. And
Yeah.
I love writing from like different perspectives. And that one's kind of about being in the middle. And it's like, they said I had to grow up, so I did a little, but like I'm not ready to completely like, you know, be boring yet. So yeah, I really like it. It's awesome. And
It's
yeah, it
like
totally feels Shania-y, kind of like old Keith Urban-y, and like lots of those classic kind of country instruments in it. So yeah, I like it a lot.
and obviously in the, spirit of kind of growing up, getting engaged. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very exciting.
Do you find yourself finding new inspiration? Because I feel like, you go through a lot of relationships in life, and a lot of them are learning, which will take us into another song you have out. But, there are a lot of life lessons in relationships. But I find when you have the right person in your life, everything just starts to kind of make sense and also calm down in a way.
Hmm. Absolutely. I mean, my fiance is such a special person, and you're so right. It feels like when I met him, it was really that super cliche moment. It's like when you know. It was like he's from the South, I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Like we're from such different worlds. And when we met, it was like we clicked harder than had ever happened before. It felt so right. It felt so I just knew in my gut. I was like, he's the one. I just know it. And you're so right. Everything made sense. And he brings such like a calmness to my life. He's a very like even keeled person. I'm such a roller coaster, so he really compliments me in that way, and it's brought so much like healing and stability and fun and like all of the things I think that I really needed. So it's changed me for sure, and I think changed me as an artist as well too.
Now, does he have any musical background at all, or is this like brand new to him being with someone who obviously music is the forefront of your life?
Yeah, no, he has no musical. I mean, he loves music, and we love to go to concerts together and listen to music all the time, but he's a lawyer, so he's not in that field at all. He's very much like an intellectual and more like organized, and I'm unorganized and stuff, but he loves it. I mean, he's come on the road with me a bit, and he thinks it's just the coolest thing, and is so supportive and excited about everything that's happening, and has learned a lot too. Now he's like talking about publishing and like knows the whole lingo, and he's learned very quickly. So he really loves it. My band loves him, and yeah, it just fit in really perfectly to that kind of world as well.
That's so awesome. You deserve someone who just makes you so happy. And I can see it just in your eyes and like your soul right now. And like it's nice when
Um,
you feel that because you truly do deserve someone who just makes you happy.
Thanks so much. Yeah, he really does for sure.
Does he have a favorite song on the new EP?
He loves Youngish. I think that's
Youngish.
his favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, when you sing the chorus, like the first note of the chorus, he was like, it gives me chill bumps every single time. He's like, it's so good. And it really feels kind of like us and, wrote it, about us kind of in this phase of life where we're getting married and we're like, are we old enough to get married? Like, what the heck? We both kind of feel that. So that's for sure his favorite.
That's awesome. Okay, so title track of the EP, Slide. No big deal. Obviously, Sam Hunt is a writer on there. So tell me
Yeah.
about this song, how it ended up becoming yours. And did you write it in the room with Sam Hunt?
No, so I started working with my producer, Zach Crowell, and Zach, he really like changed kind of everything for me. And they talk about as an artist, like finding your sound, finding your, kind of thing. And he really helped me in doing that and really kind of figuring that out. And when I started working with him, he called me one day and he was like, hey, like me and Sam and this guy named Jerry Flowers, we wrote this song and we just don't feel like it's Sam's. We feel like it has like more of a feminine vibe to it. Like, would you want to finish it? And I was like, oh my gosh, of course. I'll miss my own funeral for such thing. And so they sent me the track and Sam is just kind of like mumbling over it. There's like a few lyrics, but there's no like hook, no really like concept, nothing, just kind of that chorus melody. And I was like, yes, of course. And so I worked really hard and tried to come up with, the title and the hook and like, what could this be about? It had this like throwbacky vibe that it needed something really like cool and fresh. And so we came up with Slide. And it's funny, that song like went through so many different phases, which is a new way of like writing for me, which I've learned in the past couple of years. Like it was written there and then we rewrote it and we kind of wrote it again and tweaked it. And it's gone through like quite a few steps. And that's kind of Zach and Sam's kind of way of writing is they're constantly changing and tweaking. And it's really helped me. And I think led to a lot of growth as a writer. And even like the tiniest details, just like syllables and an and here. And it's like to look at it with such a microscope to make sure that everything's perfect is really cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. You never think of, a lot of people just write a song, they do a demo, they go in the studio and cut it. But I think even in our lives, if we can do that of like, just slowly perfect things over time, it's clearly worked because the song sounds incredible. And I feel like I can't wait to hear you sing that one live. I think that's going to be really fun to play live.
Yeah, it's super fun to play live. There's great. Again, I think too sonically, this project has a lot of like slide and banjo, and my band is like super stoked. It's more country, I think, like sonically than the other stuff that I've done. So I really love that. And it just has this like new kind of energy, which is very exciting.
For sure. Okay. My pick on the record, I cannot stop listening to it, is Girl Where He Grew Up. Holy moly, girl. That is just like, now being married to a songwriter, I really like inspect lyrics and like hooks. And that song is just so damn good. Holy crap.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of that song. That actually was one where we finished it that day and it was like, it like poured out of me. I can't even explain it. It was one of those magical writes where I mean, like, what a great idea to like sink your teeth into. And it was like I was done in like 30 minutes. Like I couldn't write them down fast enough. I was like, I know how to write this song very well.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned out so good. And the production, Nathan Chapman and Zach worked on it together because Nathan is who I wrote it with a guy named John Knight as well. The most amazing songwriters. And so it turned out so beautiful. And it honestly was one that we were like, should we save it for the record? But I was like, no, I want to come out now. And it kind of like sneaked its way in there. So I'm really happy how it turned out.
Yeah. Anyone who has been in a relationship and is like happy now and then looks at like, their past relationships, their exes who are in that good place, you're like, man, I went through some stuff. And for you to get to that point and you're like, you're happy for them, but you're also like,
yeah. Wow. Totally. I think that's the whole thing is, I mean, gender aside, I think it's like especially when you're young and you're in relationships, someone's often the student and someone's often the teacher. And that's how it goes. And I think too, what I love about that song is the perspective of it it's not angry. It's not petty. There's no like you're happy for this person. You're just saying, I'm just saying if he's treating you well, like it was because I went through hell, getting us there.
Yeah.
But it's fine. And even when we were cutting the vocals, Zach kept being like, remember your perspective. You're not, anytime I get a little sassy, he'd be
You're
like, we're
not
not
petty.
sassy. Like, we're happy for them. We're cool with it. We're not petty. And it was like so intentional, that song, with the whole lyrics. And then even like the energy and the attitude of cutting the vocal, I wanted it to feel like this really cool perspective, like this very insightful thought, being like, just so it was tough, but like, go off. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's like buying you flowers now, because I never got them. So I really like that song.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this, girl. I can't wait to see what comes of all of this. And I just feel like you are headed in a very upward direction. And I think you deserve that, because you've been working at this for a long time, if people don't know that, and you deserve all of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
All right. Madeline Merlo on Pure Country.
Yay.
Thank you.